When I was 15 years old, I have the hots on this guy who is a bit older than me and he is in his mid-20s. What attracted me to him is that he has that eye candy package. Tall, fit-bodied, killer smile and has a way with words which catches a woman's attention. He is the assistant manager where I work from and I have fantasized about him for a while now. And luckily, I had a chance to talk to him alone due to that one incident, in which changed my life for the next 5 years. That incident was when I arrived to the warehouse that I was working part-time, and just dropping some borrowed items to a co-worker that week. But without informing anyone who is working at that time, knowing I was there when it was actually my day off. But then at that moment I heard conversations about things that only grown-ups should be discussing. I was shocked, roused, and curious at the same time hearing that kind of conversations and continued to eavesdrop to get to the juicy part. I knew the tone of the voice of the guy in the conversation that it may be the assistant manager that I was fantasizing, but the nickname used by the woman nailed my hunch that it was him alright. I have to cut my eavesdropping short for I have to meet with my friends at a certain time. Little did I know when I was walking out to the exit door, he saw me. "4 days later and went back to work. He asked me to assist him to grab a couple of things in the storage room and I agreed to help. But at the moment when we were inside in the storage room, he hastily closed the door and said, 'What time did I arrive 4 days ago?' I said I had been here for almost 2 hours. And he looked into my eyes and said, 'You didn't hear and know anything what we are discussing here today. And you will never say a word what you heard between me and the woman at that time to anyone.' I asked him why. And he laughed and said, 'No shit, you know why. I saw you heading towards the exit door and I knew that it was your day off at that time, and suspected that you were eavesdropping on our conversation.' He proposed that he will forget the incident ever happened but needs me to promise him to never tell anyone, or what I have heard, and who are the people involved. He even offered a bribe just to buy my silence, but I declined." He calmly asked on how far did I heard their conversation before leaving the area. I said I know what those you were mentioning to the girl, but I just don't know how to use it or where to place it, and courageously asked him for details. And he laughed and said, "You're kidding me, right? You're going to make me tell you how to use it and where to place it. Are you trying to get me into trouble? You are in no way not old enough for me to tell you about any of that stuff. And besides, when you are old enough to get one and start using it, you will figure it out anyways." And I said, "Okay, but I want you to still tell me like you did that time and you are going to show me how to use it and everything?" He replied, "No way, are out of your mind. Why are you trying to get me shot?" I said to him that I promised I would never tell anyone about this and I will keep my word, but I really want you to show me then. He tries to negotiate or blackmail me to change my mind but failed. And I spoke to him, "I know what you talked about that day and you don't want anyone to ever know." He still insisted to bribe his way to silence me, but to no avail. You want to know what kind of bribe he offered to me? Originally, my intention was that he has to only teach and demonstrate to me how to use the vibrating underwear and the buttons of the remote control and its functions, that he was talking to the other woman, or else I will tell to my co-workers about that incident and who is the other female involved. Having a stubborn attitude, he pursued to his counter-offer to mine. He focused on offering me only the sexy underwear but added a hefty amount of cash to sweeten the deal. But I still declined. I wouldn't let a good crisis go to waste. And seeing his reaction and expression just to get away from this pickle made me wet even more. I have to stood to my ground because I have the advantage from the very beginning. With no way bribing his way out of this situation, he agrees to my offer and directly asks what he has to do, for how long, and I should not change the agreement. And I agreed. I said to him that he has to show me to how to use that thing on me and do other things with me once a week, with no hesitations, and I wanted it all in full detail. In addition, it will take him 5 years to doing it with me and will never say no or delay on our sessions each week. With that time spent, I am way beyond the legal age, and then he will see me differently and hoping to want me too. After the first month of being with him, and the things he does and how he makes me feel inside and outside of my body too. He said, I will never admit saying this, but you are very beautiful and sexy and like being with you too. And he smiled and walked away. I will wait for a few months to go by and I will be making updates over the next 5 years for sure, and hopefully many more, and then be able to say what I will do with him at that time and past legal. He's so cute and sexy and I want him so much.